this is the response to Pete Santelli, Santillini, Manicotti, Cannelloni, and the border convoy and the incident in El Paso. First of all, Pete and all you guys, like, I don't understand what's so noble or brave or courageous about calling law enforcement over a incident on the highway. I drive the highway a lot, and I deal with nuisances on the highway a lot, and if I got my panties in a wad every time somebody was driving erratically or whatever, you know, I'd have a heart attack. You guys are in big RVs. I don't understand what there is to be afraid of. You know, get over into the slow lane or get out of the way or whatever. But to go and call the police over something minute and small and basically make it an incident is just petty, and it's a waste of our tax dollars. It really is. Yeah, you people being so concerned about sheltering your taxes, that ought to speak to you. Things happen on the highway all the time. So, you know, to panic, and then Pete, dear Lord, man, like, you got one foot in the grave of a freaking heart attack, you know? You're so high strung, I mean, I can't even believe it. I don't know if you're gonna have a heart attack or an orgasm when the whole incident is taking place. You're so high strung, you gotta keep puffing on that e-cigarette thing or whatever the hell it is, that portable electric hookah you're smoking off of. For all I know, there's medical marijuana in there. I think it's this guy Kenny in the little radio dispatch when you're all, oh, we're gonna put it on live stream. Put this on live stream.
We have a couple of spotters here. Okay, stand by. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna give you some coverage here. Okay, of what's going on. We actually had somebody just jump into our convoy to disrupt it. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Now, listen. All right. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go on a live stream. I'm going on a live stream right now. I have to do this. Okay.
Furthermore, what's up with that? You know, like putting out people's license plates. I mean, that might be necessary to give to law enforcement, since you guys did make the cowardly call to involve law enforcement. Yes, I can see why you'd give the license plate. But for what reason would you want to publicize that all over the airways, all over the internet, and whatever?
Write it down. Write it down. And we're going on the live stream.
Is this some sort of a dig at people's private records? Well, I mean, they're public records, but is this some sort of a dig at publicizing that so that some of the real wackos who are a little less cowardly than you to carry anything through just might? That's just petty, and that's just disrespectful as well.
Okay, here we go. All right, everybody go to the live stream, see what's going on. That's correct. We have some disruptors right now that are attempting to pull the convoy over. Okay? Huh? That's our vehicle, yes. No, stand by. No. No.
Right now, we got a guy that tried to get him between me and the lead car and stop it. And then the police came and they're pulling over our driver. So we got the other guy blocked in. So y'all keep talking. Who's ever on the line? We were running our flashers and everything. So.
Yeah, just for those that aren't actually watching the stream, from what I could see when it happened was, I actually see Pete walking up to, I believe it's a black truck that was basically trained. So,
we had a guy trying to pull in opposition, trying to block us off and push us off the road. He's going to push off a big 40-foot motor on me. He's got another thought in his brain. Yeah, let them block the whole freeway shut down. They got the whole freeway shut down. Guy trying to run us off the road. I would have pushed him off the road. I don't care what kind of damage. if he hadn't moved over.
Yeah, they are in a different state.
You know, I believe in my First Amendment. I believe in being left alone, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy's all, I ought to run him over, I ought to run him off the road. First of all, you guys make such big waves, such a big stink about, you know, people here speaking the language. You can't live here unless you speak the language. You can't live here unless you speak English. By God, that's the language of the land, and you can't live here unless you speak that. Okay. Kenny or whoever it is on that little dispatch on the live stream, I can't hear a damn thing you're saying. I can't hear through your drawl. You sound drunk. Here's someone else in the live stream kind of going, I think they're locals, or they're like kind of trying to diffuse this crazy redneck going off on how, oh well, if I'd have gotten them and I'd have run them off the road. I don't care what happened to them all, you know. So there's actual like a hint of proof in there that this Kenny guy is just going too far in his statements and making himself look ugly, but at the same time showing what you guys are really all about, you know. And the whole thing with this border convoy thing is, it's all just a media stunt. We know that. Because if you guys were serious about what you're serious about, there'd be no cop calling involved. How'd your little border convoy thing go anyhow? What did you shut down? I mean, you basically got shut down in El Paso, and then you try citing these fake press releases, these fake, we got death threats on social media, so we're too chicken shit and scared to go through El Paso. You know, that was one heck of a stunt you guys pulled, because you were being anticipated going through El Paso at a certain time, and you were on blast about that. And then at the last minute, you guys decided to cook up some fake social media thing about getting death threats on social media, which I nor any of the people involved know anything about or could verify. It's just all hearsay and conjecture and whisper campaigns. And, you know, you guys took the cowardly stance of misinforming people, including those who may have supported you, on when you actually land in El Paso. You hung back in New Mexico for a while, and then waited till you thought you threw off the opposition, and then you drove through, met the opposition, and then you ran to the police like cowards. What's that all about? You know, you think you could do all of this and not expect any opposition? Is that really what you believe? Like, no one's gonna oppose us, right? We're gonna run through this border, we're gonna tell them how it is, what do what now. You don't think there's gonna be people out there that are opposed to you? You don't think there's gonna be a lot of people out there that are opposed to you? There's gonna be a lot of people that are opposed to what you are doing. So, you know, those are the main things that I have to speak to regarding this. I think it's ridiculous what you did. I think it's despicable. It's all just a media stunt, and it's all just hype. But the fact that you went to law enforcement just underscores how cowardly you really are. If there's confrontation, then have it. If there's opposition, then welcome it. That you should view opposition as an opportunity to welcome that opposition, maybe debate about it, or maybe hash out your stance, or maybe find a way to come to an understanding, or to explain your stance and better sell it to whoever the hell you're trying to sell it to, which, as far as I'm concerned, is trying to get old white pensioners to part with their money, basically, because that's your base, that's your market, that's your demographic, and that's what you're going to go after. If you guys are so opposed to the immigration thing or whatever, empower your vote. That's what we're going to do. That's why you guys are so threatened, because the Latino or Chicano, or I'm not going to get into semantics of what you call our people or what we call ourselves, but we're going to outnumber you. I mean, even in this country already. And our voting base is going to outpower you. And that's the main goal and drive of exactly why there is this opposition, because you are fearful of losing your voice, and you're grasping for straws instead of trying to bring some understanding to the table and find a rational and fluid and tranquil way of coming to some sort of a consensus. Your goal has sought pure opposition because of threat, because you feel threatened, because you're fearful, you're scared. That's what xenophobia means. It means fear of the foreign, fear of the unknown. And the sad part is, when some of the Irish and some of the other people who weren't of British descent came to this country in droves, escaping famine and murder and corrupt governments, escaping the very same things, a lot of the people that you descend from were also discriminated against. Pete, why don't you watch the movie Godfather 2 again and see how little Vito Corleone or Vito Andolini, when he's fleeing Sicily, he's fleeing murder, he comes into the United States and he's got smallpox. A child fleeing another country, fleeing murder, enters the country and he has a disease. Well, he was welcomed into the country. What happened to little Vito Andolini? What happened to Vito Andolini? He became Vito Corleone, and he became one of the biggest crime bosses in the country, in the movie, of course, which is modeled after real events. So, you know, I would suggest you take a step back, take a look at what you're doing, take a look at your congruency. Be congruent. If you're going to be these brave, bravado, brazen border convoy people, then be it. Don't be cop-calling little cowards, though.